Good morning, everyone. This is Ronnie J, your host for the evening. We doing the After Hours show. Just kidding. This is just a regular life update for the Good Morning Guys podcast. I do have two of our usuals here. First one, Patrick Novosel, the judge, the jury, the executioner, fake news. Let's see here. His football team finally won one.
Hey, spoilers.
What else we got on Patrick? How are you doing today, Patrick?
Good. Glad to be here.
All right. And the other person we have is Marc Boucher. Let's see what Lucas got for his name here. He's got La Carreta and his old Estomago. That's basically all I remember from that.
Yep. It's got Battle Royales and Zeldas in his heart.
Doctor Who's
and
yep. And
whatever's on his brain.
Doctor Who, yeah, absolutely. You got it all. I'm your host, Ronnie J.
There it
I
is.
have nicknames. That's all you need to know. That's it. That's our whole show. We'll see you later.
All right. Well, we're in and out.
So today we're doing episode 212. Man, every time I see those numbers, it literally is like, have we really done that many of these? And it's really not even the number. Like, it's past that, right? Like, are we labeling every single?
Yeah, we've done more than that.
Yeah,
we've done like 260 to 70 episodes.
Ooh, man.
Yes, overall.
Man, oh man.
But that's at least 212 weeks that we've done at least an episode a week.
Yeah.
In a row.
Yeah.
212.
The old palindrome.
That is pretty sweet. So what are we going to talk about today? What's going on with your lives? What's going on with your games? Tell me about it.
Who you want to tell you first?
Yeah, who's going first?
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Patrick gets to go first.
All right. Yeah. So this past week, nothing really happened during the weekend. So on Saturday, went to the Renaissance Festival with the family, and I don't know if the Renaissance Festival, because I went to this and they always talk about they do this across the nation. So I'm assuming there's Renaissance festivals going on throughout the year.
Just all over the world.
I mean, I guess, because it can't be like these people just doing it, for 1 month out of the year. It sounds like they travel and things like that, but
more than likely.
Yeah. So we went there last year and we had a good time. So we went again this year, which was wholly different. And as soon as we got there, like they didn't charge for parking, which they did last year. And there's thousands of people coming here, and it took us like an hour and a half to go like a quarter of a mile kind of thing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So this year they cut that out, and we went on through. It was there was no line. Well, there was still a line, but we went and parked fairly quickly. We got in, and we knew from last time that the food stations, there was 7,500 people like standing in line to get food. So that's the first thing we did. We had, it was like 10:30 in the morning. We had a turkey leg. We had bourbon.
I was gonna say, that's like customary tradition.
Yeah, you have to get the turkey leg.
Yeah. It's pretty early, 10:30 though, for a turkey leg.
We were like, okay, let's do the food first, and then we'll watch the shows.
It's breakfast turkey.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, a little bit of gravy on there. Yeah, all right. So we did that. We got bourbon chicken, and then right after that, we had a hollowed out pineapple filled with pineapple flavored soft serve ice cream.
What?
Yes. How was that? It was pineapple ice cream. Sounds odd.
It was it was also like 10:45 in the morning when we had this, and it was also like 58 degrees.
So far, it sounds like you eating at a buffet. Turkey leg and pineapple
not
ice cream
ideal circumstances for this.
Yeah, we're just like, all right, we'll take this. There's sneeze guards everywhere. We wanted to get the food out of the way. We knew the few foods that we wanted to get from last year because we didn't want to stand in line. So we went ahead and got those. Yeah, get those first, and then so we were able to walk around and see the shows. And shows are fun. I mean, there's fire, there's comedy, there's like dangerous things like wouldn't try that in my house kind of thing. So it was really fun.
The fire show is always really good.
The fire, yeah. Whenever they light stuff on fire, that's always awesome. This one of the ladies did a hula hoop that had fire on it, and she was just doing the hula hoop thing
I
with
wonder if that's
fire
the
on it.
same person from a couple years ago, because they it was like I guess like a middle-aged woman and a man that was a little bit older.
Yeah, it's called the Kamikaze Fireflies.
Yeah, that was probably them.
Yeah, and we didn't stay. They like the 5 o'clock showing. We didn't stay that late. We left a little bit earlier than that. But at the 5 o'clock showing, she was gonna do a Guinness Book of World Record and have like 5 hula hoops that were on fire at once.
Oh,
is the record holder her?
Yes, it is. She did 4. She did 4 last year.
Record, yeah,
she wants to do more. So I don't know if she ended up doing it. I'm assuming she did. But yeah, so that was fun.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah.
There's a lot of shops.
Make them really fun.
Jewelry, blacksmiths. Clark got like a little wooden carved sword that he can like hang on his belt and then all that stuff. So
did they have jousting and stuff there?
They did. They have jousting. They have horses. They have all kinds of things there. Nice. It's a pretty sweet place. This is a very big place. I mean, I don't know. It felt like there was like 10,000 people there. I don't know how far I am off on that, but when we left, Clark was like, far off. Clark's like, that's a lot of cars. And I was like, yeah, it is. He's like, that's a lot of money. I was like, yes, there's a lot of money out here in this parking lot.
In the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. So we did that. And then actually today we went for the last time over my parents' house that they just sold.
Oh, today was the final day.
Oh, man.
Their closing is this coming Friday. And so everybody in the fam got together, went over the house one last time and got a picture right in front of the house with the immediate family and then extended families. We also did a video where the neighbor was videoing us, and my parents would come in onto screen in front of the house, and then me and my siblings would come on the screen, and then the spouses would come on the screen, and then all the kids would run in front of the house. So it was just like a cool little thing to see how big our families have grown since my dad bought it like 45 years ago. So really cool send off for that. So
they just moved to a smaller house now?
They did. They moved to like a independent living retirement community kind of thing where they have their own place, they have their own internet, TV, backyard, things like that. So they have people on staff, close. So if they were to, fall, or if they needed anything, there was always like a manager of sorts that is in charge of the entire facility and all the condominiums and townhomes and all that stuff. So they're in good hands. They're in very good hands. But yeah, outside of that, Bengals won finally.
Saw that.
Oh my goodness. It felt good. They looked like the Bengals of old. No, sorry, no, the Bengals of last year.
I was going to say,
it was good for Sunday to be boring again.
Oh my gosh, why was I bored? I was like watching and I'm like, man, I'm bored.
Yeah, I was bored the whole time. They were just beating them.
I know. I was like, man, because the first couple of games and like really the last 6 games have been by like 3 points.
Oh man, you've been on the edge of your seat.
On the edge of your seat, yeah. Even though they lost, they're just like exciting games. And this one they won by a couple touchdowns, and I was like, man, can this game just be over? Like, I don't want to. I'm done.
Do the Jets just suck that much?
I mean, they've beat a couple of teams that I think they're okay. Man, football's weird.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean the Giants are 3-0. So or no,
so is Miami.
Yeah, Miami's looks like they're the best team in the league right now.
Miami had to come back against Baltimore though.
And they did.
They came back big time, and then they beat the Chiefs, which there's if you go back and watch that game, that was a bizarre game.
NFL is bizarre.
Or no, they beat the Bills. Sorry.
Yeah, the NFL is very bizarre this year.
I did hear that it was like a ridiculous a temperature at that game. Like it was so crazy hot that by the time everybody was drained, it was really hard for the Bills. So I mean that's home field advantage there. Like they were calling it, they were laughing about it on the radio, calling it the swamp. Like it was just like a gross swamp. Um, Josh Allen threw the ball like 60 plus times.
Yes, he did. Yeah, 62 times.
I don't know if
My
I've ever seen
gosh.
any more than that.
How do you throw that ball that much? Like I
have
don't
one
even
of
know
their-
if usually the amount of plays a team has is in the 60s for the entire game.
Yeah.
And to throw it 62 times, my goodness.
Yep.
They even run the ball? Did they run the ball? How many?
You know what? I have one of their running backs, and I thought going into the year that was going to be a great thing, but apparently they don't use him at all.
Yeah, right. This is like Josh Allen. Just throw the ball.
Yeah, let's be on the 1 yard line. Josh Allen's just going to sneak it in. Like they're not even going to give it to him. That reminds me, by the way, possibly this week, we're going to be doing another sports show, so be on the lookout for that. I don't know exactly which day yet, but now that the Bengals have a victory, I'm good to come out from under the rock and
yeah, we'll do episode 2
yeah.
and talk about the weirdness
I didn't want
of
to
the
come in with 2
NFL.
losses in a row. Like I'm not doing that. The Bengals go on a 3-game losing streak. You won't hear from me for at least 3 weeks.
The sports show's dead. Yeah. So outside of that, really, I haven't played any new games this past week. Just been playing Apex. Nothing new, nothing crazy. So, but yeah, that's me.
Sweet deal.
Mark, how about you?
So on the IRL side of things, or Earl, if you'd like.
Earl.
Yep. So basically, a lot of what we did this past weekend was getting in preparation for the new couch, which is now coming this coming Saturday.
Oh, right.
Yep.
Wait, was that delayed? I thought it was coming like today
it
or
was
tomorrow.
supposed to come tomorrow, but then they're like, yeah, they're not going to be able to get here till Saturday, which is fantastic because I have 3 other things going on that Saturday.
Oh yeah, just jam pack it all in.
Yep. We're supposed to go over because we had to file an extension for our taxes and stuff. So we're supposed to go over there and sign papers for the taxes on Saturday morning. Then they're supposed to deliver the couch at some point that day. Obviously,
at some point between 8 and 5.
Yeah, so they're supposed to tell us the day
8 p.m.
before. Like, hey,
okay.
So this is when we're coming.
Yeah, they'll give you a window of Saturday.
Yep. All 24 hours of it.
Be there between Saturday and December.
Be on the lookout.
It's coming anytime now. Yeah, so we've got that. Of course, my normal streaming deal. Saturday night, we've got, we're doing a worship night at our church that I have to be in town early for because we're doing a run through of the whole thing beforehand. So Saturday's going to be busy as crap.
That sounds like a busy one.
Yeah.
Damn.
So, but this weekend was in preparation for that. We basically cleaned the entire living room. We rented one of those nice little carpet cleaners that you can rent from most stores and completely cleaned our living room carpet. Which,
I bet your carpet looks fantastic now.
ish. There are certain
Isn't it
things
amazing how
that,
those
like,
are so much better than the ones you can buy?
yeah, like it looks better, but like you can tell this is cheap carpet. Because there's the like cuts in the carpet and stuff.
You've exposed it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's like this black spot that will not go away. I did like 8 pass-throughs with the carpet cleaners. Like, nope.
Oh man.
But it does look a lot better than it did.
Just put an end table on it or like just like a area rug over it. You'll never see it.
AstroTurf it.
Thought about it. Well, we're basically redoing the entire layout of our living room. Now, granted, with the way our living room is set up, you can only do so much with it. But yeah, basically, as much as we can, we're completely redoing the setup of our living room just to change things up.
What kind of couch is it though?
So
is this supposed to be a really comfortable one, or is this more for looks?
It's a nice couch. It's a nice, comfortable couch. Plus, it's got a what's called a chaise lounge, where it's like, it's kind of like the an extended cushion at one end of the couch.
Yes.
So you can lay down. That kind of thing.
Yeah, we have one of those. It is very nice.
Yeah, and then we're thinking about getting an ottoman as well, just to put there. So we'll see. So we're working on all that stuff, and we're able to clean up the living room and everything like that. We're changing out a bunch of our furniture too, just because our furniture was technically hand-me-down furniture from. Unfortunately, we had some friends that got divorced, and they had to move out of their house quickly, and so I helped them sell some of their stuff, and then whatever was left, they're like, "Yeah, you can have it." So
nothing beats free furniture.
I mean, it's unfortunate circumstances, but yes, I was glad to have
glad to have been their friend.
Yeah. It's good to have a somewhat fully furnished house, but we've decided to switch some of that out for stuff of our own.
It's gonna feel real good.
Yeah, eventually there's just a time that it's just time.
Yep.
Yeah.
It has served its purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we were doing a lot of that this past weekend. Also, I have been helping my mother-in-law because she told us officially that she is publishing a book.
Whoa.
Yeah. So my mother-in-law is a professor at Liberty University where I went to school, or my wife went to school.
Mm-hmm.
But she's got her doctoral degree and everything in education, and she wrote an 8-week Bible study based on a lot of the experiences from her father, who recently passed away. He passed away back in March, and he was a gardener. He was very much farming kind of person, and so she used the idea of farming and things like that to develop a Bible study that she approached an actual publisher, a Christian publisher, for. And so they're publishing her book. So I am, number one, designing her book cover. And also I am basically her social media team. She was, by the way, Ronnie, you're muted. But interesting. But yeah.
I think I just added a whoa in there when you said the video.
Okay. Whoa. But
Whoa.
But yeah, I'm basically her social media team. I helped her set up an Instagram and a Twitter and a public figure Facebook page and all that kind of stuff to be able to start pushing the book, because the publisher was like, "Yeah, you need those things." And I'm like,
so
okay.
when they basically, I guess she let them read what she had, they liked it, and then what's the process after that? They just take it and start printing them, or
so there's deadlines that she has to follow for a particular she's got her manuscript ready with all the individual chapters and stuff. She's been selecting different photographs that she wants put into the book that would be incorporated with the different studies, the chapters of the study and all that kind of stuff. They have a timeline of certain things that the publisher wants her to get done. Like, for example, set up a social media page. She needed to get, professional photographs done this past weekend. So she has a portrait shot of herself to put in the book and all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of things that I don't know the exact timelines for, but I just know that she's having to do certain things pretty quickly. And pretty soon she'll start pushing the book and everything.
Yeah, I guess that's good. That means they want to get it out quick,
Yeah. So it's under a publishing company called Trilogy Publishing, which is under, if you've ever heard of TBN, the Trinity Broadcasting Network. It's a Christian cable TV station, or I don't know if it's cable, but satellite TV station. It's their publishing arm that they approved her book idea and everything. So she's super excited about that. She loved that it's incorporating a lot of her family. She mentions me in the book, so that's pretty cool.
You're pretty much a celebrity.
Nice.
Yeah. Very briefly, it's just in an acknowledgement page, but yeah, so it's pretty exciting for her to be able to do that, and it's something that she's passionate about. And I'm happy to be able to help her out with that in whatever way I can. Obviously, I'm not, a super experienced person when it comes to putting together a book, but I'll use what I have to help her out. So
Yeah.
so that's super fun. That's pretty much it on the IRL side of things. On the gaming side of things, however, I actually played quite a few games this week.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So number one, and you guys will be happy to know. In fact, I shared a picture with you in the chat. Started on that old Minecraft Dungeons on Thursday night. I've
I
played
trouble.
I've played the first I think 2 or 3 levels of it, and it's fun. It's cool.
Was it different than what you had expected?
Yeah, I was thinking somebody had mentioned it to me that it was like baby's first Diablo, and I guess it's kind of sort of like that.
Kind of is like that, yeah.
But it's not. I don't really care for Diablo, so that's why I was a little hesitant towards it. But I get the idea behind it. Obviously, I'm super early into the game. But
yeah, you got another 600 hours left to play.
Lucas
will drag you through right now.
Yeah. But no, it's fun. I'm enjoying it. I it's something I'd pick up again and keep on playing.
Yeah, you have to jump on next time we do that. I know Lucas is big and crazy about it right now. The fire's burning for him.
Yep.
But yeah, it is a really I like that it's very simple. Very simple game. You know what I mean? Like it's not a very complicated game at all. But yeah, it is really fun. Glad to see you're playing that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was going through all these different areas, completely clearing out enemies and all this kind of stuff. And I would for some reason, I just had to explore everything, which typically I'm not like that. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it.
Did you play single player or did you play with multiple people?
Single player.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. It gets kind of crazy the more people you add to it.
Oh yeah, man. When there's 4 people, it's a madhouse.
Mm-hmm.
It is an absolute madhouse.
Yeah, you have to know what's going on first. So I'm glad you're starting a single player first.
Yeah, it's good to get a little intro into it.
Yeah.
I also think the game actually takes into account that you have 4 players and then adjust the difficulty accordingly. So
gotcha.
What level you might be playing at, if we played at that same level, it would probably be a lot harder with 4 players. So
yeah, I think I'm super low. I think I'm level 3 or 4 or something like that.
Yeah, so. I think we on the character. So I started a new character when we played together, Pat, and I think we got up to maybe 35 or 40, and that's just a power level. I don't know what the actual level is.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
It'll start to go up after every level that you do.
Gotcha. I saw that there's the I guess it was the tower thing that Lucas was talking about. I didn't even attempt that.
I did try it once.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see what it was about, but I didn't.
That's a little difficult. I think you need to have a few hours under your belt before you even try that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just it's very random. It doesn't start you with any of your stuff. It's just kind of I thought I was gonna get to take my guy in there and do the tower. I was like, all right, but I did a few levels. I mean, it's okay. I don't know what the actual reward is for completing it though.
Yeah, I don't know.
It has to be pretty good, I would say, because that would probably take a while.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, so I'm enjoying that so far. Also, obviously, been still moving the needle on Twilight Princess. We streamed this past weekend, which was a lot of fun. Beat the water dungeon of the game, which is called the Lakebed Temple, and I don't know what it is with Zelda games, with Nintendo having to make these Zelda games just difficult and annoying to navigate, because it gets real confusing, and you've got to raise the water level and then lower the water level and all that kind of stuff. And well, I guess there's not so much of lowering. It's a lot of just raising the water level, but there's several different rooms you've got to go through to raise the levels the way that you need to and all that kind of stuff. And then there's a main area with a staircase you've got to rotate in order to access certain areas. And it's man, it took a while, and I got turned around quite a bit even with a walkthrough. So but still, I'm still having a fun time with it. We're pretty much, I think this is the halfway point of the game, which I may need to do some extra streams, because it only gets the games from here. All the Zelda games get longer from here.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
So, and I've got after this one 3 more games to do. So,
Bundle.
Yeah. So I may have to double up on some stream time. But it's fun. I'm still loving the game. It's just as fun as I remember doing it the first time I beat it. Jumped into some Fortnite as well. They're celebrating their 5th birthday.
5 years? Yeah. Wow.
Yep. So
doesn't seem like it's been that long.
No.
It's pretty cool when you jump in on the battle bus. They've got the balloon is like confetti looking and birthday cake kind of looking with a big old number 5 candle on the top of it, and happy birthday is playing anytime you drop.
Nice.
And they have
those small little touches that Fortnite does. Man, they're like one of the only games to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
They do it, and they do it week in and week out. They don't wait for the season to be done for them to do stuff like this. Like they do it right.
Yeah, it's a part of why crazy. They're so popular, really.
Yeah.
It's crazy the kind of stuff they do. Like for the birthday event, they have specific they have physical presents that you can pick up, and when you throw the present down and you break inside the present, it's like a giant present. When you break inside, there's like higher tier loot inside of it that you can get. And then they brought back the balloons, which is basically a way of escaping and relaunching.
Oh yeah.
So that kind of stuff. But yeah, I played a few rounds solo tonight, which was a lot of fun. The other game that I have been into, I don't know what convinced me to do it, because I have not played one of these games in a hot minute. I jumped into the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer beta this weekend.
Oh, you did now? Yeah. Okay.
I was looking at the last Call of Duty game that I bought was Call of Duty World War II, which was like, I want to say like 4 or 5 games ago. And so it's been a while. I haven't really wanted to jump back into that type of gameplay, but I played the multiplayer beta, and man, dang it, if it didn't want me to if it didn't make me want to play Call of Duty again.
Really? That good?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. First game was really, really iffy. I had to shake the dust off.
Mm-hmm.
But all the games that I had after that, like I was in the positive. It was like 16, 17 or more kills. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's Call of Duty. It's very straightforward multiplayer. But they do it right, and the guns feel great. But yeah, I was having a lot of fun with it, to the point where I was like, I kind of want to still play more Call of Duty. But then I went to go play the open beta and realized it's over.
Oh.
So the last I don't even know World War II anymore. I think I sold that. The last digital game that I have of Call of Duty is Black Ops 4, which that's even longer ago. That's like 7, 8 years ago was when that came out. So I don't know. I may go ahead and if not GameFly it, then possibly I may buy it. I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, it kind of reminded me. I said I played Apex this past week. They added a new mode, limited time mode. It's called Gun Run, and it's teams of 4, 4 teams of 3 players each, and you start off with like a gun, and every kill you get a new gun. And the goal is, as a team, to get 25 kills. And then once you get that 24th kill, you get like a knife, and you have to get a kill with the knife to actually win the game. It is wild. It is so fun, so fast paced, no looting at all. It's like arenas, but with 4 teams.
Is it the same tier of guns, like the same order of guns every time? Like you basically are like tiering up every time.
So yeah, you start off with a high tier gun, and then it goes lower tier, and then the last one of the last ones is like snipers, and then you get pistols. So like once you get the one of the, I would say one of the lower powered pistols in the game is your last gun before you can actually, and you do it as a team. So if you have the pistol, which is the last gun before the knife, but another player has a sniper rifle, if they get the kill, your team number is the 24 kills. So once you get that kill, then you get the knife. Regardless of where you are on it, because you only go through all 24 guns once. You'll like if one player starts with a devotion, which is one of the LMG guns, none of your teammates will have that during that round. They'll skip over it once they get a kill. So it's very fast paced. The games last like 9 minutes. It's really, really fast.
Call of Duty has a gun game mode.
Yep, that was what I was gonna say. Yeah,
it sounds exactly like that.
Yeah, and they kind of copied it and made it their own, and it's really fun. Yeah,
I may have to boot that back up.
Try it out. It's exciting.
I've been thinking about jumping back into Apex after not playing for a while. So
I always remember in Call of Duty, you get stuck at like the revolver, and you'd have to kill somebody with a revolver, and it was like just an impossible task.
Oh yeah, there's a few guns you're like, man, I wish one of my teammates got this gun because I hate this gun. I can never get anything. I gotta wait for someone to be very low health so I can get a kill off of it.
Hope I can stab them.
Yeah, so fun. Yeah, it's good. It's a good mode.
I will have to check it out.
Because I was sorry. A couple weeks ago, I was telling Justin, who I play with, a couple times a week. I'm like, I'm getting kind of tired of Apex right now. They need to spice it up a little bit. They need to add a mode. And the next day, they're like, hey, we're going out with a new mode. I'm like, all right, cool.
They were listening, and they're like, he's ready.
So, it's a really fun mode. I wish it would replace arenas with the gun mode. This run or whatever it's called, or it should stay. I don't think it should be limited time because this mode is awesome.
Interesting. But yeah, that's pretty much been everything on my front in terms of gaming and life.
Earl.
So that leaves you, Mr. Johantis. That was your
week,
sir.
And I also should mention, I don't know how many minutes we are into the show. But 33. Lucas is only with us in spirit tonight.
Yeah. If you couldn't tell by now.
We did not mention Lucas at all. He's never, ever going to be this quiet. So if he hasn't talked, that means he's not here. So for me, I'll start on the gaming side. The fire kind of died on Minecraft Dungeons a little bit. It's got to the point where I've done most of the stuff. And unless I play with some other people, I probably won't be playing by myself anymore. I kind of caught fire in another game, and I say kind of because that fire might already be going out a little bit. And that is Sea of Thieves.
Yeah. You were talking about this last week.
I was. It is really fun. It is a really fun game. I was hesitant to get into it because it is in an open world and people can mess with you if they want to.
Yep.
I actually thought when we first started that we could play like a PvE mode or something like that. As it turns out, that is not the case.
Really?
You definitely. There were other people that actually the first time we realized we were in a on a server with other people. We just got finished in a battle where we barely survived. We actually sunk 2 NPC ships, and a guy just swam up to our boat. Eric's like, "There's a guy," and I'm like, "What do you mean there's a guy? Like we're in the middle of the ocean." What do you mean there's a guy? And as this guy swimming up, he swam up and he brought this supply crate to us. He saw we were just in a fight and he just said, keep on fighting the good fight, and we just dropped it off and just a good experience, just a nice guy.
Good guy pirate.
Really?
Totally.
He just came out of nowhere. What?
He
swam
probably
in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, so they have like kind of like events on the map that you can go to where there are enemy ships and stuff like that that you can take down for loot. Um, he probably came in at the end of it and saw that we barely survived. I mean, our ship was underwater like almost almost a couple of times, like we almost went down.
Yeah.
In the middle of a fight, like you just sometimes have to abandon the fight part and just like bail water out of your ship and keep repairing it. Like it gets crazy.
Sounds like a nightmare.
It's actually really fun. It's really fun until your partner, who mine is Eric Bangelman09. It's really awesome until your partner decides he's going to take a chance to try and get on the enemy ship and just abandons your ship in the middle of a fight when you're going down.
Yeah. That's totally him.
That sounds about like Eric. Yeah,
classic. It's a classic him move. I'm like, dude, our ship is sinking. I'm trying to steer us out of here, and you just abandoned. Like, what are you doing? But we have been having a lot of fun. We have not had a lot of bad experiences with other players out in the world. In fact, it's been the majority have been like good experiences. Another time we actually saw a ship go down in the distance and we decided we were going to go over and try to like get some of the loot. So as we're coming up there was 3 guys in a rowboat like towards us, and they were asking like if they could use our cannons, and it's like like we're sitting there for a minute with our guns out, like, all right, we have to make a decision. If we let these guys on our boat, there's 3 of them and there's only 2 of us, so like they if they're gonna kill us, like that's the part of the trap they needed us to agree to.
Yeah.
But they ended up getting on our boat. They really just wanted to use our cannons. They had a bunch of fireworks and they were just letting them off as we took them into port, and they were thankful and everything, and they actually left another supply crate for us.
What kind of
it was great
community
honestly.
is this?
Yeah, we were actually talking to those guys afterwards for a little while too. One of the questions Eric asked him is, how is that, is it still a really like toxic community, or is everybody kind of helping out? And he said it's really about 50-50. So yeah, we've come mostly only good. We had a bad one the other day, but that was all our fault. We decided to be pirates, which was a mistake.
You picked a fight.
Yeah, we did. We did. They were actually looting a fort, and we knew that. So we're like, let's just pull up and we'll just sink their ship really fast because there's no way they're going to be on it already. And so we get right up next to them. I pulled the anchor, and the anchor ends up spinning our boat around to where our back is facing them, and they just sunk our ship with such ease.
Oh, dang.
I'm like, we got to get off this server now. So yeah, I mean, it is fun. It is fun, but it's one of those games that it's only fun if another person is on. If you're playing by yourself, like sailing across open water, like, man, absolutely. It's rough. So.
Well, like I said, we do have some people in the community that enjoy that game. Like I know Caleb, Space Hawk, he plays. Cross from Comics in the Cross, he plays.
We need to get a little crew together one night for sure. That because I haven't had the ability to use like the galleon, which is like I guess the biggest ship. You need like 4 people to actually sail it, and we haven't been able to use that yet. I think we used the second one up, but it was pretty hard, 2 people. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, once you have one of those big ships, like that's the biggest ship you can have out there. So it's a little slower, but it'd be kind of fun. I told Eric, I was like, if we get a 4-man crew that's solid, like we're 100% hunting other players. Then, like,
you're gonna make it a bad experience for other people.
Yeah, no, we'll probably ruin it. Yeah, absolutely. So that's pretty much it for me on the video games. On the life front, the Bengals did win, and I'm so thankful.
Mm-hmm.
If they would have lost again, I really I don't know that I would have watched the next week because I don't know that I could have handled it. Like, I wish that I did not get as invested in the game as I do get, because like if this is like a horrible, the first 2 weeks were rough against not good teams, and I felt like it made me angry for the rest of the day.
Yeah, they had a short week coming up. They play this Thursday night against the Dolphins.
The undefeated Dolphins. Yeah.
So this is a weird stat. So Tua Tagovailoa, I think that's how you say. I don't know how you say his last name, but he's the quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. Over this, the past 25 games, he loses to quarterbacks without the letter O.
I saw this
in their name. And he has only won, which he's won a lot. He's winning record over these past 25 games. He's only won against quarterbacks with an O in their first or last name.
That's really weird, and that's also like who has
somebody
the
that has
time
a lot
to
of
even
time on
yeah.
their
So it was like, this past week he's playing against the Bills, who their quarterback is Josh Allen with an O. And it looked like he was going to lose, and then he puts up 21 straight points in the fourth quarter to beat him, and I was like, he kept that streak alive. Now on Thursday, we got Joe Burrow for the Bengals, who has an O in this. So hopefully Joe can stop this streak, but according to the last 25 games, it does not look good.
Yikes.
I honestly I don't know what to even expect from that game. I have no idea. I don't know if Miami is really good. I don't know if the Bengals are good. Like, I have no clue. Could be anything could happen.
You're right. Yeah.
Lastly, on the life front, I don't know if I've ever shared this on a show, but I did tobacco. I had basically ever since I was 17. I quit 4 days ago.
Wow. Congratulations.
There you go.
Thank you.
Good work.
I actually made Elizabeth a promise that I would quit by the time we got married, and I decided I would go ahead and get an early start on that. I didn't really want to be like super grouchy and irritable at the wedding.
That's a good call.
Yeah.
That's a good call.
Yeah.
So I'm going through that right now. But yeah, it's been 4 days. Not as bad as I thought, but I definitely have like just a shorter fuse. You know what I mean? Like, just I am definitely irritable, and I can feel that. Like in every part of life. Like, I got a couple calls like in a row tonight, and I was just like, oh man, people just leave me alone. So yeah,
congratulations, man. That's huge. That's a long time.
It has been. There have been some times in between there where like I quit for a little while, and
that's just
this time's just really different. I mean, kind of. I guess I'll let you decide. So I actually bought like one of those. It's basically like a tobacco-less like pouch or whatever that you can put in your mouth.
Okay.
So like I bought those without tobacco, nicotine, any of that. And I still will use those. Kind of the habit thing is the hardest part actually to break. I think.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I mean, cold turkey as far as like nicotine or tobacco.
Sure.
So
that's big.
Yeah, I mean, it's a long time overdue. I've told myself a couple times that I was going to quit, and I just never did. So, but yeah, no, I mean, it is different than the times in the past where I'm like, I might, this time it's over. When I made the decision, it was just, that's what it is.
Keep it going, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not actually worried about going back. I'm just worried about being a jerk. How long, do I have to be a jerk for? Cause I'm just like I'm trying not to say anything. Like I feel horrible.
She's like, I don't know if I want to marry you anymore.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna be too grouchy right before the wedding. But yeah, on the wedding front, everything is a few more things just to take care of, but ultimately, yeah, we're getting super close. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday.
Yeah, less than 2 weeks, man.
Yeah, oof. I am excited, and I'm ready for it to be here for sure. Like the months leading up are just mentally exhausting.
All right, so I have a question for you. So I'm going to be going to the wedding. You have invited me, and I saw on the invitation it is a black tie event. What does that mean? Yeah,
so I think it says, or it's I can't recall exactly how it says it now, but I think it also says or formal or something like that. It's just like what you would wear to work, probably. Like,
I'm not wearing jeans because I wear jeans to work, so there's no way I'm wearing.
I would say just slacks and a shirt if you want to wear a tie.
No, I'm going all out, and I'm going to get a new suit. I'm gonna look new. Yep,
suit shopping.
Over the next few days, I'm going to go get a suit.
That is one of those things.
I haven't bought one in like a decade.
That's one of those things that I need to do.
Yeah.
Also, let's get a new suit.
You don't have a suit?
I mean, I have one for the wedding.
Oh, okay, good.
I'm renting that. So, I was thinking about getting one of those Bruce Buffer like pimp style suits that they have in there, with like the silver and gold on them. That'd be pretty awesome.
You get a cane with it too, top hat.
Yeah, you gotta get a feather. Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I'll keep you guys posted on the quitting and the irritability. But yeah, I'm happy that
Major
it's
props
finally
to
here.
you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Guess that's the end of our show. Really, we don't
Land the
have
plane
anything else, do we?
time.
Hold on, wait.
Anybody-
Hey, Mark, do we have joiners? What's going on in their lives?
That's true. That's
Feels like we could.
I think we do.
We do. We do, in fact.
Some serious things going on. Usually we forget.
Well, let's talk about it.
I'm glad you snagged that before we end the
Just
show.
like, one more thing.
Yeah, so of course, a couple of joiners were able to share what's going on in their lives. Our buddy, part of the GMG stream team, Mr. Chris the Rock, Chris Kerwin, mentions marathon this coming Sunday. He is a beast.
Does that guy, Chris? When do you not run a marathon? It feels like you're running. It feels like you're Forrest Gump. You just felt like running, and you're not stopping. It's amazing.
That's major props, by the way.
That's
That
amazing.
is like a serious accountment. Yeah.
It really is.
Now he needs to go like full mountain man like Forrest Gump did. I'm kind of tired.
Oh yeah, it's
I
Chris.
think
Do you
I'll
ever
go
get tired?
now.
I feel like if I ran a marathon, I'd have like a perpetual nap for 4 days.
Yeah.
I ran a marathon. It'd be my last marathon. Along with my last breath.
But yeah, he says marathon this coming Sunday. You just beat Rise of the Tomb Raider. Congrats on that.
Nice.
And he posted a picture because he went pear picking in his in-laws' backyard. They only have one huge pear tree, and there's like a bag and a half of pears, something like that.
Is it a bag of pears? A bushel
I don't know
of pears?
if it's a bushel
murder
of
pears?
Though, I will tell you that if you had to go pear picking, I would like to go to one giant tree and only have to go to one spot, like not through a whole orchard. Like it sounds like that's exactly what you should start selling tickets to that.
Sounds like ladders might have been involved, scaffolding.
Like just a branch shaker. Like there's a guy all the way up at the top, just wiggling around.
Catch
Do it
him
again.
Everyone, get your buckets.
Yeah, I don't know how big like pear trees get. I don't think they get that big.
No, I don't know. I think we have a pear tree across the street, and it's not really that big. But there's a lot of
like
pears
apple
on it.
trees and pear trees don't they would be generally the same size. I don't know.
That's out of my area of expertise.
It also is out of mine.
Yeah.
Wow, like I'm having a really hard time trying to find out what a group of pears is called.
Is it just like pears?
A bushel?
It doesn't even say, like
a sack of pears.
Yeah.
A
I don't
cacophony of pears.
Oh, wait a minute.
A school of pears.
Bunch.
A bunch of pears.
Yep.
How many did you get? I got a bunch.
Whole freaking bunch of them.
All right.
It's impossible to know how many pears.
So he has a couple bunches?
He has a bunch and a half.
Whoa.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Bunch and a half.
All right. And of course, Sem Filtro, which is Travis Pospisil.
What is his name?
Sem Filtro, which is Portuguese. I'm probably butchering saying that. There's probably some other way to say that, but it means without filter or no filter.
All right. Yep. That is on brand.
Yep.
Fitting.
Travis says, so incredibly busy this week. House projects. Just became the supervisor of 15 drivers at work.
Whoa. Hey, congratulations.
Refurbished wife.
Oh my God.
Getting everything ready for winter. No complaints. I love being busy. Have a wonderful evening, fellas. Well.
Oh man. Some good things are going up for you. That's really cool.
Exactly right.
Keep it going, Travis.
Yeah.
Love it.
Well then,
that is everybody.
That's everybody. Anybody else got anything? Any last thoughts? Messages?
It's a negatory.
I can stop stalling now because I don't know how to close the show.
Yep.
Check the show notes.
Yep.
Well, for all of us here, GMG Pod, Marc Boucher, Patrick, Novacell, myself, Ronnie J, and the ghost of Lucas Ham Swisher. May God. Oh no, I messed up. Hold on.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Let's see here. Honestly, I forgot it again.
May God bless
and guide your life as you live, as you work, and as you gain.
1, 2, 3, 4.